All rise. Thank you. You may be seated. Court is now in session. We call case number 53, State of California versus George Milton. Is the prosecution ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is the defense ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
We will now hear an opening statement from the prosecution.
My name is Eric Brandt. I represent the state of California. Today you hear how George Milton senselessly murdered his best friend Lenny Small, covered up his murder, and I will prove that he intentionally killed his friend and should be charged for second-degree murder. Thank you.
Thank you, counsel. We will now hear an opening statement from the defense.
My name is Jeff Brotherson, and I'm here to represent George Milton. And I'm here to represent him to the best of my ability that George Milton here isn't a bad person, that he killed Lenny, but it was in everybody's best interest, and it was to protect the public safety and the people around him. Thank you.
Thank you, counsel. Will the prosecution please call in their first witness?
Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to call George Milton up to the stand.
George Milton, please take the stand. Mr. Milton, before you sit, can you please raise your right hand and swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God.
You may be seated.
Mr. Milton, you introduce yourself and tell me a little about your profession.
I'm George Milton, and I work on a farm, like packing range and stuff.
Could you explain to me what your relationship was with the deceased, Lenny Small?
We were friends.
You were friends, but from our witnesses record, we heard that you weren't so happy with Mr. Small. Is that true?
No.
Would you say it was true that you wanted him to go away so you could live a peaceful, happy life?
Yes.
That is true. Can you describe to me what happened on that day where you found Curly's wife dead? How did you feel when you saw that? You said you were upset, happy, glad,
Upset and kind of mad.
kind of mad. So would you say that you killed Lenny out of anger?
No.
Then why did you kill him? As you described your best friend that you've been traveling with for so long.
I didn't want him to hurt anyone else.
You didn't want to hurt anyone else. So you were saying that he was a violent fellow.
No.
So he wasn't violent, he wasn't a danger.
Mm.
So why did you kill him then? That's all you're honest.
Thank you, counsel. You may be seated. Would defense like to cross?
George Milton, isn't it?
Yeah.
So George Milton, is it correct that you did kill Lenny Small?
Yes.
Can you tell us why you did?
Because I didn't want him to hurt anyone else.
So you said that you didn't want him to hurt anyone else. So you were looking out for everybody's best interest, correct?
Yeah.
No further questions.
Any further questions?
No, Your Honor.
Witness, you may be seated.
Prosecutor calls on Crooks to the stand.
Mr. Smith, before you sit, can you please raise your right hand and swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God.
You may be seated.
Mr. Smith, would you say that George Milton was a violent man?
No, I wouldn't say so.
Would you say that he ever treated Lenny in a inhuman way?
No, he always seemed to be quite respectable to Lenny.
Thank you.
Would defense like to cross?
No, Your Honor.
I think George was a good person. We always gathered around together to play cards. I was really looking forward to going on that farm with them and looking after the bunnies. And George was a good person, and he did for everyone's best interests what he had to do.
All right, I think George in that situation done what any good friend would have done on that. I bet Lenny, the big fella, didn't even know it hit him in that sense, you know? Things could have been a lot worse if George ain't there. Blessed on George, by the way. He a blessed fella.
Order in the court. I sentence George Milton to 20 years with parole after 6. This case is dismissed.